What is going on, everybody? So, for those of you that did not know, Josh has completely and totally messed up tonight and left me alone by myself. So, since this is the first time I've ever done this, I got to ask, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Throw something up in the chat. What we got going on? We'll give it just a second to get caught up because I know that everybody lags a little bit. And I got everything popping up over here. Good Lord Almighty. There's something screw my screen. Oh, Tots, you're so awesome. Yeah, I see that, Ryan. He did. I mean, completely and totally left me by myself. But I'm telling you right now, one Mr. Josh Olive is either sitting somewhere watching this or he's at work tomorrow watching this, and he is as nervous as he can possibly be. He is like a little old woman sitting there talking about, baby, get mama her nerve pills. I don't know what this man's about to do. So, but that's all right. We only got 6 of us on so far. I've got an idea of something that I want to do, but I'm going to wait and see if just a few more jump on. We'll see how things go tonight. I guess we do need to kind of start out. There was some sad news. Rocking Han Solo. No, but Dustin, since it is the official Breedlove Asylum takeover, I am rocking the Breedlove Asylum t-shirt. So we will see how it goes. Sorry, I keep going back to my other screen because I got the live stream pulled up over here on the other side. Oh, I got it taken care of, Jeremy. I'm good now. I think I figured it all out. But bit of sad news I did see today where Alan Grant has passed away. He gave us a lot of good comics over the years and even gave us Victor Zaza and Shadows of the Bat issue #1. So we will have to kind of remember him a little bit. I'm sure somewhere right now, him and Bob Kane are sitting together talking about some good Batman stuff. But he didn't write just Batman. He did write Lobo and Judge Dredd. He had a pretty good career and had a pretty long career too. So what are we up to? We got 8 people watching. So let's see who all we got so far. Naturally, we got the one true Zachary. Let me tell y'all something about this guy. If y'all get a chance, a few weeks ago for Free RPG Day at Haven, Tots ran the Honey Heist game, which was it's an extremely stupid game. I'm going to be honest with you, but it is stupid fun. We had a blast. It is extremely, or it can be extremely family friendly. My daughter had just the best time. We joked around and laughed about that for the rest of the afternoon. And I think a lot of it had to do with Tots being the game master on it, or in Honey Heist, it's actually called the Honey Master. Not something you actually have to spend all day playing. I think we only took about 2 hours and we were done. No, Tots threw up a Yo-Joe, so we got to love that. Yes, Dustin, I am on my own tonight, my own vices. I got a few things I'm going to cover, not a ton. Let's see. I'm missing something going on. We got Mr. Comics and Death Metal himself talking about make hot sauce or chug hot sauce. I say we chug hot sauce. Or we do the Bean Boozled spicy challenge. Oh, we got Mr. Tom Price in the chat. I'll be seeing you Friday. Don't tell anybody. Jeremy, hot sauce. Check out some stuff called Kraken. I picked it up a couple of years ago at Pepper Palace in Nashville at the what's that place called? Opry Mills. Oh my God, it will tear you up. It is friggin' awesome. But if we do it, I say we do it like we did it last time. We find a cause to do it with. So, tell y'all what I was thinking about the past few days. We need a slogan. We need some type of slogan that is specific for the show. And I've been trying to rack my brain to figure out what we could actually do. something short, sweet, simple, family friendly, something that kind of describes us, who we are. And I could not think of anything. For the first time in my life, second time in my life, I was at a loss for words. So I had this idea. Hey, Josh has no idea what's happening right now, by the way. This is going to be great. So my idea is that we turn that over to y'all. We will literally just turn that over to y'all. So here's the plan, or at least the plan as of right now. I'm about to put up Haven's Gmail account. And I want y'all over the course of the next week, if y'all are down with it and you think it's a good idea, to email Josh at havencomics.com or at havencomics@gmail.com, if I can get it all out right, with your ideas. So what we'll do is, say we give it a week, let all the emails come in, then whatever your slogan is that you come up with, Josh and I can pick the 3 best slogans. And then next Thursday night, we can actually put it up as a vote and let y'all decide what the slogan would be. And probably let Josh decide the 3 best slogans that he likes. And then we kind of go from there. And then see how it goes. But I'm not going to Haven Nightlife. Hey, that's actually a pretty good one. I do like that. Oh, before I forget, in your email, when you send it to Haven, in the subject matter, just put slogan so we'll know exactly what it is. And, well, the name of the show is Shop Talk, Ryan, but kind of want some type of slogan to go with it. I mean, so, and here's the parameters that I was thinking of. 3-4 words at max or less, whatever you like. It needs to be something that can be easily hashtagged. It can be something that if we wanted to, we could put on t-shirts. I like that one too, Tom. That's a pretty good one. Y'all, I mean, I love the fact that you're putting these in the chat, but I mean, email them so we'll know what we're actually looking at. But here's the thing. There's going to be a giveaway involved. Once y'all vote on it and decide what the slogan is actually going to be, I went digging through my stash of stuff. And whoever wins the slogan will get their choice of one of these 5 Marvel graphic novels. Let me pull it back some. We got Defenders, Black Bolt, Generation X, X-Men Gold, and Astonishing X-Men. And for someone that really doesn't like X-Men, I have quite a few X-Men graphic novels for some god unknown reason. But those would be your choices that you can go with. Literally, you can pick whichever one if you have the winning slogan. So does that sound like a plan to y'all? Does that sound like something y'all would like? So like I said, just send the emails to the email address that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully next Thursday, we'll have enough that we can put up a vote and let everybody decide what they like most. Oh man, I'd actually done something like really professional earlier and made notes on what I was going to talk about. And I forgot and left my notes at the house. They're actually in my work pants because I took time off to do non-work stuff while sitting at work. That's actually called a lunch break, to be honest with you. So, do we have any manga fans that are hanging out in the chat? So we got 10 people watching so far. I guess Josh took everybody with him out of town. What do we got going on? I'm guessing we don't really have any manga fans in the chat tonight. So if we have some pop up sooner or later, we'll. I did bring a couple of manga books that we can talk about. Actually, we're going to talk about them anyway. So here's what I got. If anybody's looking to get into manga and they're looking for, like a really good story, something would be like an introductory, almost like a gateway into it. My recommendation on that is Eden Zero. I have not read manga in years. I don't even remember why I picked this up. I can't remember where we were at. And I picked up Eden Zero #1, thought, I'll give it a try, and ended up really enjoying it. Now, the thing about Eden Zero is it's kind of a cross between fantasy and sci-fi. It's got, it's your typical manga tropes in it. It's going to have everything going on that you would normally expect to see in manga, but it's a really good introduction into it. And if you're looking for something to actually collect, here it is. Fist of the North Star. The reason why I would say you actually want to collect this one, I know Josh hates manga. That's why I'm doing this now. Josh hates manga and anime with a passion, even though technically G.I. Joe from the 80s is anime. So this is why we're doing our quick little manga minute right now, since Josh is not here. I highly suggest actually collecting this one. Fist of the North Star has been around since, I believe, the mid 80s. But what they've done is they've gone back through and they've repackaged and they put them in these really nice hardbound novels. And I want to say each one is about 4 stories combined, somewhere right around in there. I think there's going to be either 23 or 32 volumes. The reason why I want to say you want to collect these is these look really nice on a shelf. You get that up so you can actually see it. And they only come out about once every 4 months. So you really and truly don't have to worry about, I'm about to spend $20 a week on this. You got time in between. Amazing story. If you have not seen the movie Fist of the North Star, you really, really, really need to watch that movie. Yes, Tom, Fist of the North Star. It gets kind of deep with the stories. It's definitely not something that you would want your child reading. So I'm going to throw that out there now. That's my disclaimer. There are things in it that you just don't want a kid reading. When I say kid, I'm talking like a little kid. Your 15, 16-year-old will probably love it. If you can get your 15 or 16-year-old to sit down and read, which sometimes I have difficulties with that. Mine, he would rather be playing video games half the night than actually read something. So, but those are introduction into manga. If you're wanting to get into something like that, I don't want to tell you too much about this story, but it is a really, really, really good story. Very brief synopsis is he is raised by robots. And when he finally leaves the robot planet, he finds out that his grandfather, who he actually knew, they referred to him as the Demon King, was actually one of the most feared space pirates of all time. And he is on a mission to kind of complete something that the Demon King never actually got to complete. So that right there will be our manga minute for the night. Yes, Tots. Voltron and Transformers were both anime. And I believe there was another one that, you also had G-Force, which was also called Battle of the Planets, which was also called, it actually had like 3 different names. That was a cartoon that came on that was also manga. So one thing I did want to tell everybody is the more y'all actually participate in the chat, the more we've got to talk about. And I love arguing. Everybody that really knows me knows I love arguing. So please, please, please say something controversial so we can start arguing. Let's go ahead and take that off. That's kind of getting on my nerves. Going back and forth. Oh, I forgot to do something. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? No, that's not it. That's not it. Because I was actually looking forward to doing this. If I can find it. See, I did the countdown. That's right. That's not it. Nope, nope, nope. All right, I'm going to have to find out exactly where this thing is at. The little intro for the actual show itself that says Shop Talk on it. I'll figure it out sooner or later. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. But you know what? Since I am kind of in charge tonight and there's nobody here to stop me, and this is what they get for leaving me without supervision, I am going to do this one because I really like this one. So that was just for Jeremy because I know that he's like that one too. Oh, thank you, Tots. Look, beauty recognizes beauty. I mean, that's all there is to it, brother. Beauty recognizes beauty. This is worse than watching Jeremy try and figure out technology. Hey, look, this is only the second time I've actually seen this side of the show, so we'll have to go with it. What? Huh? It's just a giant Reese's. See, I can't argue that. I mean, you're technically right. Especially if you like put it in a panini press, I think you really have something there. And I'm not even going to charge you for that idea. What is going on, Kyle? You tuned in just enough time to watch me make an idiot out of myself tonight. Speaking of things that I do quite frequently, I actually just grabbed a bunch of comics and threw them into my handy dandy BCW store folio. You know, when I bought when I first saw this thing, I did not like them. I thought it was a dumb idea. But then I thought, hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and get one and just see what it's like. And I actually ended up loving this thing. No, it does not come as Firestorm. I printed that off and put it in there myself. And we are, I mean, go ahead and throw this out there just in case somebody somewhere wants to say something. We are not endorsed or sponsored in any possible way by BCW. And this is not an official endorsement by me. This is my personal opinion. I love this thing. But BCW, if you're watching and you want to work something out, we can do it. But let's see what I actually threw in there. Oh, yeah, and you got to have your stickers. I mean, you got to, dress it up, do your thing. Look, I even got the Deadpool sticker in there just for Tots because that's how I roll. So one thing that I did, and y'all may have to cut me. Yes, that is Firestorm. Firestorm is a highly underrated character that DC needs to do more with, along with Dr. Fate. Yes, sir. So a couple of weeks ago, Batman 125 came out. Everybody that reads Batman knows this. People that don't read Batman probably knows this because we get a Batman title just about every week. Last week, Daredevil #1 came out. This is the relaunch of the franchise. I'll be honest with you. I have not read a Daredevil comic book since the 80s. Let me go ahead and throw both of those up there. Some of you might be wondering, why do I have Batman and Daredevil in my hands and what do they have to do with each other? That's actually really simple. It's an easy question to answer. They are both written by Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky, this one, has actually just recently taken over Batman, and I'm guessing simultaneously he's writing Daredevil. So I'm not that big of a Marvel fan. It's just a personal preference. It's more storylines. It's not like they're doing anything that I'm just like, oh, I hate that. And I'm not going to bash them because, I mean, they do put out some really good stuff. I do read several Marvel titles. But the reason why I picked up Daredevil, I've read Batman for years, but the reason why I picked up the Daredevil comic was I wanted to kind of read them side by side. I wanted to kind of see how they were going to go because it became a personal curiosity thing of you've got an extremely talented writer and he's writing, at least in the comic book community, two of the most well-known characters there are. Since Netflix did the whole Daredevil thing and now with now with Disney taking over and they've got the rights to all those characters and they're bringing it home and it's on Disney Plus. Everybody knows Daredevil now, or at least fans of the MCU do. Yes, you are correct. Oh, Mr. Olive has decided to join us. Did you see the part where I did the whole slogan thing? If not, you might want to watch the replay. So back to what I was saying. I really wanted to see how he was going to write two distinctly different characters almost at the exact same time. I'm pretty sure that some of these were written months ago, if not a year ago, because they have to get a lot of that stuff done so they can get it to the print on time. I wanted to see if there were going to be any parallels, how they were going to, if you would start seeing personality traits between the two characters cross over, because you are looking at two pretty definitive personalities, two dominant personalities on top of that. So as far as Batman 125 is concerned, I thought it did a really good job as a jumping off point. It was not one of those comic books where I would say, hey, you got to go read this right now. You need to drop everything. I think it was a solid intro. If you're reading Batman the Night, you already get an idea of how Zdarsky's going to write Batman. If you're not reading Batman the Night, I suggest you pick that up. I think issue 4 or 5 comes out this week, and I think it's only going to 6 or 12. Josh will have to correct me on that. So look, I've thrown out a couple of endorsements on books tonight, and I've had 2 different people come back and say, hey, good choice. Daredevil. For someone who has not read Daredevil in a long time, I'm going to tell you right now, I loved this book. I thought it was great. I will be signing up for it. I want to see where it goes. And also, I kind of want to see how things go in the future if we start seeing similarities between the two characters, or if we start seeing not like a bleed over because the characters are going to be different, but if we start seeing like repetitive storylines, because these are 2 really big books to actually be writing. And the reason why, Batman's always going to be a big book. We can never take that away from Batman. But with the new popularity of Daredevil with the TV show and I'll be first to admit I did not read Devil's Reign, but apparently it was really popular too. This is going to be a big book. Let me back that up. This is not a spec book. I do not spec collect. I'm not into that. I say this is going to be a big book because Chip Zdarsky is writing it, and they're going to put something behind this. They're going to try to keep this going for a while. I mean, Daredevil's always going to be going for a while, but as far as Zdarsky is concerned, I think they're going to do a lot with this character. The basic premise of the book is it's his last night in New York, from my understanding. There's a couple things in it that if you have not read Devil's Reign, you might want to read it just for the simple fact that you'd have a better understanding of what's going on. I do plan on grabbing the Devil's Reign graphic novel, not because I feel like I have to read it, but it's more of a I want to know what they were talking about type deal. So those would be my 2 current picks. I have not been up to the store yet this week, but I'm going to tell you my pick for this week is going to be AWA's Devil's Highway. You cannot go wrong with Devil's Highway. If you like a little bit of the macabre mixed in with just a touch of horror, mixed in with just a touch of psychological thriller, go buy Devil's Highway. I paused for dramatic effect. I hope that worked out. I hope that y'all got that. So since I am, well, technically I'm not hostless. I guess I would be the actual host. I'm going to tell y'all this little game that I've actually been playing with Josh for the past couple of years, and Josh doesn't even realize we've been playing it. Yep, I'm about to tell on myself. Y'all just don't tell Josh. You will love it. They do a release schedule of, they'll do like 5 or 6 issues, and then they'll take a couple of months off from that. They'll wrap it up, then they'll take like a couple of months off, and then they'll do like the next, say, 6 to 10 or 12, however they're going to do it. It's definitely this is one of those books where you get through the first story arc and you're like, if I don't get some type of TV show soon, I am going to lose it. I actually pick with them on Twitter some. Imagine me picking with people on Twitter. And I've told them flat out, I need a Haro t-shirt. I need more and more and more. John, what have I been doing? I've just been rambling is what I've been doing. I'm hoping that's, I don't know. Oh, you're talking about my little game that I've been playing. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Hey, I'm back with you now. We getting there. So I'll get on and the reason why I'm telling y'all about this little game that I play with him is I want y'all to do the same thing. And I promise you, you will end up enjoying it. So I will get on these random kicks where I will see a cover and I've got to own it. Not because it's a big boy book or not because I'm trying to fill in a gap. It's just I will see the cover and I'll feel it. I mean, it'll speak to me. I have a very soft spot in my heart for 70s and 80s cover art. I don't think it will ever get any better than that. No offense to the people that are, doing cover art now. I mean, there's some extremely talented artists out there. I mean, there's some artists you look at and you're just like, oh my God, yeah, God played favorites with this one. But there's something about that 70s and 80s style art, especially the 70s and 80s style horror art. I saw this cover and I gotta get some glare off of it. I saw this cover and I was like, oh my God, that is one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen in my life. I must own it. I believe The Living Mummy, part of the Supernatural Thrillers, his first appearance was like around issue 5. And I think he ran up until about issue 15 or 16 in the mid to late 70s. So I tell Josh, I'm like, hey, I've got to have it. Well, a couple months later, another Living Mummy just mysteriously showed up in my box. And it was the best thing ever because I had no idea it was coming in. He's actually tracked down several of these issues for me. I had no idea it was coming in. It was like Christmas for a 48 or 47-year-old, however old I was at the time. I think I'm 48 now. But the whole game is, what y'all don't realize is I don't think Josh can turn it off sometimes. So in my mind, he's off somewhere and he's doing something and he sees a comic book store or he finds something somewhere and it's like, oh, wait a minute, so-and-so is looking for this book and he just finds it. I don't know where he finds the stuff. I don't care where he finds the stuff. That's between Josh and the stuff that he finds. But that is the game. You cannot tell me that Santa does not exist because he delivers something to my box at just bizarre intervals and I never know what's going to be in my box. So the reason why I told y'all all that is go find your one book and make it an obscure book. Make it something that, oh, I just noticed there was something written back on here. Make it something obscure that's not everywhere. And then just kind of wait. I mean, just kind of hang out. You're going to get one day. You might go a couple of months without getting one. The thing about it is, yeah, let's be honest. If I wanted to complete this entire run, I could have this entire run completed by the end of the night with the services of eBay, which I don't want to do because that's just not fun. It's so much more fun when it just mysteriously shows up because in my mind, I can picture Josh like somewhere digging through comic book boxes and his feet sticking up in the air and he's just a kicking and digging, looking for the Living Mummy. Look at that beautiful art. You're not going to get better than 70s and 80s horror. I mean, you're just not. And sometimes when you get a book from Josh, there's a little note on it. First team appearance of the Elementals. I don't care. I just love the art. Last week, Josh asked me about the book that started it all. And when I was digging through my box of my favorite books, oh yes, very, 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 very happy about that. Love Clive Barker, love what he does. A lot of people, they only know Clive Barker from the movies, and what people need to realize is the movies are designed in a way to get the jump scares. They're designed in, the gory, they're designed to be shocking and everything. The books are not like that. A lot of his books, yes, there's no jump scares. It's all psychological horror. I love psychological horror. Maybe it's something that's going on in my mind. I don't know. But yes, I am looking forward to that. That's like another thing is when he just magically shows up with something that I had no idea that he was tracking down. Oh, it's like the greatest game ever. But back to my story. Look what I dug out. This was the book that started it all right here. Justice League of America 189. This is not the original book. This is not the book that my parents bought me in the Alabama, Tennessee fireworks stand on the other side of Chattanooga when I was just a wee lad. But I always remembered this book, and I did have to track it down as I got older, and it's where it's supposed to be, and that is in my personal collection, and it will never be gotten rid of. Josh, you asked me a question last week about if my house was on fire and I could only save one book after thinking about it. It's probably this one, the book that started it all. Oh, we're getting through these, and I've actually been on a lot longer and talked a lot more than what I thought I would tonight. So, one thing that I wanted to talk about is a lot of times when I see people go into the comic book store, when I'm up there, it's like they literally walk in, and if there's somebody standing at the counter like a customer, they go and they look at the new comics. You should look at the new comics. That's why you're there, is to get your new comics. Well, then when the counter clears out, the person will go straight to the counter. They'll get their pull box, they'll pay, and they'll leave. Guys, you're missing so much. Please, this is your homework assignment. This is what you've got to do. When you're standing there, and apply this to your LCS if you're not a Havenite. If you're a Havenite, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're standing at the new comic book wall, I want you to stop. Turn completely to your right and look at that back wall where the TV's at, and I want you to walk straight back there. Walk around the table. Don't flip over the table. That's going to hurt if you do that. So back there in that one section, you're going to find, I promise you, you're going to find something that you love. You just don't know that you love it because you just don't know what's back there. And the reason why I say that is because I've watched so many people just kind of walk by it, and I just kind of root through it. I'll go back there and just start flipping through stuff when I've got time. You can find, oh yeah, so true, so true. You can find all sorts of stuff back there. There's tons and tons and tons of Silver Age books back there. Yeah, I mean, prices vary. Prices are going to vary when you start dealing with older books. But take the time and look through some of that stuff, because every once in a while, you're going to find something that you really love and that you're going to want. And you'll run across stuff like this. First Silver Age appearance of Dr. Fate, another highly underrated. First Silver Age appearance of the JSA. We're about to get the JSA in a movie. But here's the thing about it. This is a reader copy, and you can find stuff like that. Just go root through your LCS. Go dig through stuff and find something that makes you happy. Like this one. I didn't need this one, but I still had to buy it because it made me happy. And my daughter and I are also Disney fans. You're not going to find stuff like this if you just run straight to the new release section or just straight to your pull box. Take a few minutes, catch your breath, go root through and see what all you can find hanging out around the walls. You would be really surprised at what your LCS actually has. Havenites, I'm telling you, y'all know exactly where it's at. Y'all just aren't going back there to it. Go walk around the Rocket Raccoon statue. You're going to see it. It's going to be like some games and stuff. It's right there. Dig it out. So, oh, wait a minute. You hang out back there and you're going to hear something that you got to comment on, and don't be shy either. Yes, you hang out back there, you go start digging through that stuff, you will get wrapped up in a conversation before you know it, and you will have spent an hour there, and it will be a happy hour because you have literally been talking all sorts of good stuff. What's that? That dope Deadpool mask. Oh yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. What about y'all? What have y'all got going on? I hear there's like some type of little con going on out on the West Coast this weekend. Y'all heard anything good thing about that? I did see something earlier where they're expecting Henry Cavill to be there I think they're expecting like Superman, Man of Steel 2. I don't really know about that. I think he was a great Superman, but I kind of am ready to see him as Hercules now. And I'm not a Marvel fan, so jump on over there. Be Hercules and go ahead and destroy that wimp Thor that we're getting. Let's get him out of the way. What else did I see is supposed to be going on? Here's a big one. I do think it's kind of funny. And yes, everybody else is kind of jumping on board that's happened within the past 24 hours. So apparently, either today or tomorrow on Disney Plus, they're releasing Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and Logan. They'll be the first three R-rated movies on Disney Plus. They're all hitting at the same time. So we know how they all kind of like messing with the fans in the MCU. So is that foreshadowing? Or are we finally going to get Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on the same screen? Are we going to get that Wolverine Deadpool buddy cop movie? Oh, Gen Con is coming. What's this? Where is that at? Gen Con. I've never heard of that. We'll have to look that one up. Oh, and there was something that I actually meant to pull for y'all today. It was I ran across it online. I know a lot of y'all have heard of Do You Poo. So where the what is his name? Michaels is his last name. Where he has taken Winnie the Pooh and turned him into different characters and done cover art and everything. He has released a new one. I think it starts today and is supposed to run all weekend. I don't know if it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or how they're actually doing it, but it's Pooh as Moon Knight, and it's not Mr. Knight. He's actual Moon Knight. Mask is ripped, covered in blood. It is great. I saw that thing and fell in love with it. It is that is a great cover that he's done with that one. Oh, what is it? Oh, I'm getting other notifications over here on other stuff. Sorry. What are y'all looking for? What do y'all think is going to come out of San Diego Comic Con? I did hear where I think one of the big rumors is that they're finally going to announce X-Men. We'll believe that when we actually see it. But somebody said something about it's not going to be X-Men. It's actually going to be called the Mutants or something like that. And then somebody else has come out and said, no, that's not accurate. So I don't really know how that one's going to go. Honestly, with me, we're kind of getting to the point of too little, too late. I mean, we could have had these characters a while ago. If the whole thing with the MCU is going to be going more lighthearted and joking around and going for the yucks like they did on the last Thor movie. And I'll be honest with you, I still hadn't seen it. I've heard so much about it now. I don't even know if I want to see it. I'm sure I'm going to have to take my daughter. We'll go before school starts back. But yeah, no. Here's my thing with the MCU. They've put out some absolutely fantastic movies, but it's almost like they are regressing. It's almost like they're trying to go a little more lighthearted, and I'm not looking for that. I don't think hardly anybody's truly looking for that. I think that's one thing where they could actually really learn from the Harry Potter franchise, the books and the movies. She saw who her target audience was. She knew exactly what was going on, and she grew the storylines and the characters up along with the target audience. So if you were 11, 12 years old when all this first came out, by the time the last book came out, you were 25, 26 years old. It was the same thing with the movies. And I think that's really and truly MCU did an amazing job with Endgame. There's no doubt about that. I thought they did a really good job with the follow-up Spider-Man movies. I think they've done a good job with some of the Disney Plus shows. But you brought James Gunn back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's done a great job. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the man. And you got, I can't say his name, Taiki Iwata. I'm sorry. I'm a redneck from Alabama. I can't pronounce it. From what all I've heard and what all I've seen they've done with Thor, no, stop with the comedy. Start getting us back to where we were. Go back to what the Russo brothers did. Let's go back that route. Great discussion about board games. Which board games? Yeah, that was something I really never got into was board games. In-game, what? Infin. So have you ever noticed that when the movie ends on a downer, it's always great? Always. series. Empire Strikes Back ended on a downer. Best movie out of all of them. Rogue Squadron ended on a downer. Best movie out of all of them. Endgame, look, Endgame was Endgame. I mean, that they couldn't have wrapped that entire storyline up any better. I mean, we got to give them credit on that one right there, babe. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Yes. So, as far as Star Wars is concerned, it is Empire and it is Rogue Squadron. After that, we go with Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, and then we pretend that everything else did not happen. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Huh? Showcase 55. I just popped up. Oh, see, look. Don't look. It's like Christmas. Dr. Fate, Hourman, and Solomon Grundy. Lord have mercy. My box is never going to get cleaned out. Just keep piling it in there. Just do what you got to do, and I'll do what I got to do. See, I'm telling y'all, find your thing. That is like the best thing. Dr. Fate, great character, highly underrated character. I don't think he gets enough from DC as what he should. He gets a little more on the animated stuff, but not in the comics. No, he does not get the love he deserves. Same thing with Firestorm. Find you an obscure character and then just go with it. I mean, you'll just magically start seeing stuff pop up in your box and you won't know why, and it'll be great. It's a wonderful feeling. How do I get that off the screen? Oh, there we go. Is there anything else that anybody's wanting to talk about tonight? I can't believe we've actually been going for about 40 minutes. So since we got a couple more people on, we'll kind of recap what I said earlier. Let me start this again. So Josh, this is kind of my idea. We need a slogan for the show. So my idea is, what? Yeah. My idea for the show is, instead of us trying to come up with a slogan, we let the community come up with a slogan. They email the email address below. In the subject matter, they literally put slogan. You, myself, or both of us, however you want to do it. Yes, I am crowdsourcing. Very good. Very good. Crowdsourcing the slogan. And plus, it's a community. I mean, it's not just, it's everybody's show. So let's let everybody have a little fun with it. So the parameters are, I'm glad there's only one S in there. Actually, Tots had one earlier that I thought was great, and I really hope that he emails it in. I'm trying to scroll up and find it, but the parameters are, 3-4 words at max, something that we can make a hashtag out of, something that, here's the one that Tots threw out there earlier. Something that we could make a hashtag out of, something that if we ever wanted to put it on a t-shirt, put it on a t-shirt. But they email saying next Thursday, pick 3, put the 3 in a poll, either on YouTube or on Facebook, or we could even just post all 3 of them in the chat with A, B, C, or D, and then we count the votes and let it go that way. And then the winner actually gets their pick of one of these 5 graphic novels. One of these 5. And then we've got a slogan. They got a graphic novel. Everybody's happy. What is it? Oh, yeah. Need to do that. So anything else that y'all are wanting to discuss tonight? Anything y'all got anything going on? We got 10 viewers and only a couple of people talking. And I can go as long as y'all want to, or I can go as short as y'all want to. It's really going to depend on y'all. Yes, Kyle, sorry, the graphic novels. Let me grab them one more time. So we have Astonishing X-Men. I believe this one does the first 6 or 7 issues. I'm not sure. Which, honestly, with any X-Men series, you want to stop collecting it after about the 6th issue, because that's when it just goes down. X-Men Gold, I believe this one was 7 through 12 is what this covers, that story arc. Generation X, not to be confused with Gen X. Gen X was so much better. Black Bolt. I believe this covered a miniseries or something. I can't really remember. Oh, yes. Black Bolt 1 through 6 or the Defenders. You would have whoever wins will have their choice of one of these 5 boxes. Yeah, and Josh is right. I mean, it's literally it was so good in the very beginning. Oh, wait a minute. I think I clicked the wrong comment. Oh, no, bring it back. Yeah. It was so good in the beginning, and then it just kind of started trailing, and you really didn't. It was, I don't even think the writer knew what they were writing anymore. And by the time it was over with, I was like, thank God it's over with. You know, it's kind of like the, 3rd season of Heroes. Thank God they ended it. It was awful. Oh, wait a minute. What did I just see there? And have a gift card. So look, there you go. You get a gift card, you get a graphic novel, and all you gotta do is come up with a cool slogan. Like I said, 3-4 words max or less, however you want to do it. As many slogans as you want to submit. We'll just pick the 3 that we like best, put it in a poll, and then let everybody else pick. I think that would be a fairly way to do it, and I get to be lazy and turn my brain off and don't have to come up with a slogan, and neither does Josh. And I like that idea. What? You know what? You're not going to get any better prizes than this. And plus, hey, we still get to give away a prize. It is a contest. It's not a quiz contest, but it is a contest. So, and over the course of time, yes, I do have several graphic novels at home. I don't know why I have them. Yeah, some of them I know why I have them. Some of them I refuse to get rid of because I love them. But as we come up with stuff to kind of do like that, I'm going to slowly unload some graphic novels on y'all if you want some. Josh will do a gloved high five. Hey, if you do a gloved high five, when you do it, we go hee hee and hit that Michael Jackson. Can it be a white glove? Just get like a white glove with some sparkles on it. I'm sure we can find like a bedazzler and just all up. So how are we looking? 47 minutes. I have been like rambling for 47 minutes. Yes. So we'll go ahead and hit that right quick. Rob, the owner of Borderlands Comics and Games in South Carolina, will be on with us next week. Oh, speaking of potential guests, I did reach out to Kevin Smith, and he has not messaged me back on Instagram yet. So sorry, guys. I don't think that's going to happen. He don't return messages. Who else? Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's Instagram. They'll probably never read it. Let's just see what happens. So I started messaging people on Instagram. Hey, this is what we're doing. You want to come talk comic books? And nobody responded. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there. So this is really where we're going to need y'all's help getting there, though. Always smash the like. It does tremendously, believe it or not, all joking aside, it does tremendously help the video. With the YouTube algorithm, the way they do things, smashing the like, following, tickling that little bell icon so you get notifications whenever we go live. Yes, you know what? I just might do that. Whenever we go live, that stuff really does help the video. Even stuff like posting it on Facebook, posting it on Twitter. I've been literally 2 minutes before we went live. Before I went live, I was literally posting everywhere I could possibly post. Just copy and paste the link, the YouTube link or Facebook link to it. Drop it somewhere. Share it out on Facebook. That stuff helps out a lot. Hopefully, the more followers we can get, the bigger we can grow the show, and we can maybe attract some attention. We're not going to attract Kevin Smith's attention. I'm already giving up on the big Kev. I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, you never can tell. We just got to push it out there. I mean, the comic book community grew. We can grow the comic book community on here. Oh, you think I've been drinking or something? We can do it on here too. He came to Stand Up Live and dropped a one-liner and got it. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember when he was at Stand Up Live. That was a couple of years ago. What didn't Jason Mewes come with him also, or whatever that guy's name is? Was it both of them that were here? Because I remember being surprised that they come here of all places. That, believe it or not, yeah, that's another good one. Believe it or not, there is another guy that I would really like to try to get on the show, but he's got like a booking agent and all sorts of stuff. He would actually be really good to have on the show because I know a lot of comic book fans. I don't think Josh is, but there are several comic book fans out there that are also wrestling fans. And this one particular wrestler is a huge comic book fan. And when I say a huge comic book fan, I'm talking he will, if it's got Fantastic Four on it, he probably owns it. So maybe, maybe not. I mean, I aim at his people. We'll find out. It'd be one of those that come back wanting like $100,000 to come talk for like 5 minutes about comic books, and I'm gonna be like, yes, not wrestling, wrestling. Wrestling's not real. Wrestling's real. Y'all need to accept that. So I think we're actually coming up on that 51 minutes. We're coming up on an hour. Went longer than I thought I would. Anybody got any last minute they want to throw out there? Anything y'all want to talk about? We can, you know what? Before I jump off, we'll do one quick thing. We will check the hot sheets. No, that sounded official, didn't it? It's just comicbook.com. Let's see if anything newsworthy other than going on. Oh, wow. Okay. Anybody ever watch American Pickers? Frank Fritz has had a stroke and is hospitalized. Not comic related, but for some reason it popped up there. Let's see. Oh, Boom Studios has reveals new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers creative team for first look at Comic-Con 2022 exclusive. I will do the retro vid. Which one do you want to see? Let's see. Yeah, nothing really jumping out at me that I feel like we need to talk about. Send our well wishes to Alan Grant and his family. Yes, I saw that Sergeant Slaughter earlier, and it just, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I'm not a big Sergeant Slaughter fan, but that looked awesome. I'm really hoping that sooner or later previews will send that Zartan and that Craven the Environment. Oh, man, let me. I'm trying not to bash anything, but look at what they're doing to Namor. Now look at what they're doing to Craven. And I'm hearing that there's rumors that Doctor Doom is not going to be the Doctor Doom that we've all grown up with. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. And if Craven is an environmentalist and he's not out there ripping everybody apart and ripping animals apart and just with his bare hands trying to prove that he is the true alpha of the planet, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I'll be honest with you. Yes, I do remember him coming here. We did not actually get over there. I think next year for the Pop Culture Expo, I'm going to have to, yeah, Doctor kind of bummer of a day. I read something about what they're possibly going to do to Doctor Doom, and it was I didn't even finish the article. I mean, it's kind of I'm done with this. They need to stop. Just stop. Just it doesn't have to be 100% comic accurate. Just get us close. I mean, you've chosen the right actor for it. Was it Aaron Taylor Thomas? Is that his name? They've chosen the right actor. He'll do an amazing job. But no, not Craven the Environmentalist. No, Craven the Hunter. Josh, what I saw on Doctor Doom, it's somehow, some way, it'll end up having something to do with Namor. And like apparently warring countries, it was kind of bizarre the way they did it. And I mean, it was one of those that it wasn't like 100%. It was more of a, this is the rumor. Um, so I don't want to like sit here and say this is exactly what's going to happen. Um, my whole thing, yeah, I mean, it's, you're telling me Namor's Mayan now or Aztec, and it's not Atlantis, it's a lost city. I mean, I actually had somebody arguing with me about, well, where he comes from really doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. It matters a lot. It matters a ton. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of his character. I mean, that's defines who he is. You know, like all characters. I mean, could you imagine if all of a sudden with the next Batman movie, he's not from Gotham, he's from Spokane, Washington? I mean, you completely and totally change who Batman is. So let me go ahead and take care of that. We're going to hit this, smash the like. I'm loving playing with the buttons. Let's see what we got going on here. What I saw about Doctor Doom is that he'll be introduced cameo style Black Panther 2 as a person who funds Yes, that does sound very Doctor Doomish, but it was something about they were going to blame him for what happened to the city, or it's it was kind of weird the way it was worded. Yeah, I know. It was almost like, wait a minute, Wakanda's nowhere near, South America. I mean, it's how are we going to pull this off here? I mean, is there going to be? It was actually some lost continent in the middle that the Mayans, took over. It just, I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, and it was kind of, eh. We'll just kind of see how it goes. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Bam, got that off the screen. So Tot did ask for the retro video. Which one did you want to see, Tots? I mean, I can do there's actually 2 retro videos. We'll do this one, just in case Jeremy's still hanging. That's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it would be good, but I just don't see how they're going to. I don't know. I mean, maybe they got just bigger plans than what I can actually see. I mean, what we'll have to kind of wait, which I don't want to wait because it's kind of getting to the point now where it's like we've been talking about it, we've been talking about it. Give it to us. I'm tired of waiting. Give me the next phase. Let's see where we're going to go with this. So yes, that is so dang cool. But we've been going for almost an hour. I think an hour is good for my first solo adventure. I am going to throw up one last thing because I can, and Josh is not here to stop me. And that makes me happy. The Namor family of characters is awesome. Just needs to tie to the right origin. Yeah, I mean, it's the way everything looked. It looked really cool, but is it truly Namor? I mean, you've changed everything else. Just change his name. Oh, Josh, I did see this. I don't know how this is actually going to work out because I've never done this part before, but we're gonna see. Yeah, that's actually a little bit too much. So apparently, the Werewolf by Night Halloween Disney Plus special, there was a name teased. It's called Crypt of Shadows, possibly. That's what they might be looking at. And very important, this is like one of the most important things that I will discuss this evening. September 30th, 2022. We finally get Hocus Pocus. And if we don't get Zachary Banks in some form or fashion, I will be mad. You have to hit the end broadcast. Yeah, I'm slowly inching my way up there. Yes, I think Crypto Shadows will be awesome. But it's once again, it's another one of those. Are they going to start releasing more, and are they going to start changing things up? Which I really hope that they don't, because I would really love it if somehow, some way, this ties into some type of League of Monsters. I mean, do something a little bit different. Read a dang book. What did I say? Did I not say Thackeray Banks? But how about I just say Banks? You know, we have a black cat at home, and I really wanted to rename the black cat Banks or Cosmic Creepers. Ah, okay, gotcha. Oh, now see, this would have been cool. I would like to have seen that. Actually, I wouldn't mind going to like Salem, Massachusetts one time just to kind of, and I know I say it wrong and I can't help it. Just to kind of walk around and check it all out and see all that good stuff. But folks, I think we have come to the end. We have gone 1 hour and 1 minute, and I can't tell you one thing that I've actually talked about tonight. So remember, subject title, slogan. Y'all saw the email address multiple times. Make it scream all about us. I mean, and not just us as being Josh and myself, us as a community, that we will all know that it's Haven involved and this is what we do and nobody can deny it. Go find your thing and go find your comic thing. And pick out something obscure, something that you really enjoy, something that you love. It doesn't have to be any type of spec book. It doesn't have to be any type of mainstream. I mean, really, I freaking collect Dr. Fate. I mean, I collect The Living Mummy. How many people actually collect that stuff? Me. It makes me happy. Go find what makes you happy, and then let Josh just randomly put stuff in your box from now until Kingdom Come, and it'll be great. I promise you'll love it. Just stay away from The Living Mummy. And the Asylum takeover is complete. Guys, I had fun. Haven Nightlife, that's another one. Put it in the email. I mean, that make a nice hashtag. Make a good bumper sticker. Thank you. Thank you. We will definitely have to put that together one night. Just get as many people on here arguing as we possibly can, because I love a good argument. So with that, I will bid everyone a good night, and we will see y'all next week. I had fun. Maybe I'll just change the login and won't let Josh back on. I don't know. We'll just see what happens next week. See ya.